Two old people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video.
Whoa.
What are you doing?
We're not going out to Trainwreck USA and dancing yet.
Why
We're
not?
not doing the intro. We got a special segment here.
Are you railroading my show?
I'm hot.
Oh, no,
For just a second.
All right, Jack, that's what I should have done.
So here we go. We got Shootdang apparel. This is Jared and Jason.
Yes.
Jared's on the left, Jason's on the right. Jason has a new apparel. They both probably do. Right?
Yes.
They're brothers. They're probably working on this together. And it's called Shootdang apparel.
Uh-huh.
And it's a way of life.
It is the way of life.
It's a way of life. And nothing says it better than Shootdang. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So these two guys here, now they were doing a live chat, and I stole this picture off a live chat.
Yes, of course you did.
And then I stole this picture off a live chat. And then the funny thing is I can do this.
Yeah. They look like they're working out.
Yeah. That's the unofficial shoot that I just stole.
Okay.
So then you go out to their official
pictures. That looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Uh-huh.
You know, and Jason on the left, he's got his not GQ smile.
Oh, okay.
His SD smile.
Okay.
GQ is out.
Okay.
SD
is in. Okay.
Shootdang apparel is in.
Okay.
So that's his SD smile.
Okay.
And you got Jared, his twin brother on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And look at that smile.
That is a cheesy smile.
That is a cheesy smile. But you know what that smile is?
No, I don't know.
That's whenever your mama comes in and says, Jared, you get a bowl of ice cream. And Jason, you don't.
Oh, that's not even nice.
And then that's the smile that Jared would make at Jason whenever he's like,
I get ice cream
Mom
and you
likes
don't.
me and I'm getting ice cream.
Yeah.
And my twin brother doesn't.
Okay.
So, but you know, it's good apparel. It's fun loving.
Yes.
And I think it's going to do well.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
sure it will.
You got Shootdang some more professional pictures that I
Yes.
got off of their Facebook page.
Okay.
And so you're going to be able to go to either Jared Crocker or the Crockers or the coffee with the Crockers. We're going to put them all down below. And, you know, it's been Christmas time.
Yeah.
And we haven't had that much money just to throw around.
Yes.
So we haven't really been doing any super chats or giving these guys any money because they don't do this stuff for free, people.
No.
They don't, and it's very entertaining. It's better than TV. We watch them, and it's better than TV.
It is better.
And so, instead of doing that, I thought I'd help them out with their clothing line.
All right, cool.
And so, here's these two guys, and they have you know, great channels, and now they're building, this is on Jared Crocker's last video, they're building Jared a tiny home, but it's a tree house. They want to be different.
Cool.
You got to be different. You can't be doing what everybody
else. We watched that this morning.
So these two fun-loving guys are building a tree house for Jared. And I was excited about that.
I know. Why?
Because that frees up the bed in the tiny home, the bunk bed. I'm going to go and visit someday whenever they invite me. and Jared's going to sleep in his tree house. And I'm going to be in the top bunk and get bedtime stories from Jason on the bottom bunk in their little tiny
you like that.
home.
You like it when I tell you bedtime stories.
Yeah. And so, and then I can tell Jason some of my military stories.
That will put him right to sleep.
He'll love
that. Will.
He'll love it.
Yeah, that will put you right.
So whatever. So here's a picture of the thumbnail from Jared Crocker's last video. So go check them out. We'll put the links down below and put promo if you buy any Shootdang material. Put promo code Grumpy.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, do it.
No.
You know what it'll get you?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. But if you do that enough and you put Grumpy in the notes, then I win. I win the weekend up there and get to stay in the bunk up top. And it's going to be a really good time. Okay.
Don't do that.
That's that segment.
Okay, cool.
All right, now
I'm
we're
glad
back
you hijacked my show.
Now we're back to normal.
Okay, so are we ready to go then? You want me to start over?
No. Yes.
Okay.
From the top.
From the top?
Yep,
okay.
Let's go.
Two old people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video. This is Weekly Startup, and I'd like to welcome everybody. So How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Well, good. I'm so glad we have lots of news and
vacation.
You took a lot of time on that segment you just did.
In the camera.
So,
there we go.
Are you ready for furry friends?
I am ready for furry.
Okay, let's go out to furry friends.
Let's get it. Furry friends. Let's all get to those furry friends. Okay, we got furry friends, and this is Susie, the kitten. The kitten. 6-month-old kitten.
Aww.
Sent in by Sarah. A lot of S's.
A lot of S's.
Susie's and Sarah's. And so it's sent in by Sarah, and Susie is a 6-month kitten. You know what kittens like to do?
Yeah, they like to play.
They like to play. It looks like the kitten got into some yarn there.
Yeah.
And everything.
A little bit.
And the foot you see in the picture is Ember's. Ember's foot, which is Sarah's daughter.
All right. Cool. Well, that kid, I love kittens. They're just the sweetest.
Yeah,
I know.
Look at that precious
yes.
thing. And you know, we have a 2-year-old cat that still acts like a kitten on, or at least 2 or 3-year-old, whatever. But it just like bolts. It'll run from our house to the neighbor's house, and for no reason, parkours off of trees. It just runs up, hits the side of trees, and bounces off. So I'm sure they're having fun with Susie. And Susie's doing wacky, crazy stuff that you wouldn't expect.
I'm sure.
So thanks again, Sarah, for sending that in.
Keep sending in your furry friends to twooldpeopleonacouch@gmail.com. So, are you ready to get to the news?
Do you want me to repeat that? No, I don't have to repeat.
Lots of news.
Okay, let's get to the news.
Yes.
All right, what do we got going on here?
Okay, so this first part is, I got 4 slides, and it's all about the blast that happened in Nashville over Christmas.
I can't say half those words. Yeah.
Well, everybody's saying those words right now. It's all over the interwebs. So anyway, the suspect died in the. You can read that.
Yeah.
So next we have a picture of the vehicle that was driven in the incident. The one is it going downtown, and the other one is it parked at his home.
Yeah, off a street view.
Yes.
The one on the left is a street view. The one on the right is it actually parked.
It's actually driving.
Driving, it isn't parked. You're right. But the only thing I thought was weird, which I'm not saying, it's definitely the 99.99%. But the weird thing is like the A on the writing on the right is rubbed off. There's a gap instead of one full word.
I don't know.
That's nothing. I'm sure. Yeah. Over time, it could have just fallen off too while they were walking.
So then just keep on going. Right. I just want to get through this real quick so everybody's up to date if you haven't heard all weekend. So this is a picture of the person. And he had been claiming and telling people, he told his girlfriend, the guy that he gave his car to, that he had cancer. And he had given away his house and his car and everything. So he had started giving away his possessions shortly before this happened. Right. So, and that's his picture. And then this is the last one. And we have, this is the story that they're trying to float out there, that he was paranoid about the 5G.
Yeah, and they have.
It can do.
I'm not saying he isn't or isn't, but they're thinking, why would he go down there and target that building, right? And they're floating out this idea. They're floating it. They have not one credible evidence that he thinks it's 5G. What I wonder about
is because it actually wasn't parked next. I have heard that it wasn't parked next to the AT&T
Well, you would be wrong.
I heard that it was parked next to the surveillance building that does the Patriot Act.
No. Well, it is the same building.
It is the same building?
But, yeah. But they're saying it's leased out to do some government stuff.
Okay, so it is an AT&T building, but it's leased out to do some government stuff.
And I don't want to spend too much time on this.
No, I'm done with
what's weird is like they're saying that he was suicidal and all that stuff, right? And he gave stuff. But if he was really mad at something, he
would leave instructions or why he did it.
On the loudspeaker of the RV.
He would tell why he did it.
It would be obvious why he was doing exactly what he was doing. But there's nothing.
And it did take down a lot of comms in the area. It disrupted air travel in the area. Yep. It took out a lot of, it took out 911. It took out phone service. It took out a lot of things. I'm
just saying. We know nothing.
Yes.
And people are already, trying to do this and that. And, one of my theories is maybe the guy had cancer. Somebody knew that he had cancer, right? And that he had an RV. And they kind of got him in his RV. Yeah. Did some nefarious stuff.
Yeah.
It's wide open. I'm just saying. If you want to throw out weird stuff, it just doesn't make sense. All this stuff.
It doesn't make sense, and it reminds me of
the Vegas incident.
It reminds me of Vegas. Where it didn't make
any sense.
It didn't make any sense why that guy did that.
And was he mad at, country singers?
No. But anyway.
It was just weird, yeah.
And then we never got an explanation on it. Yeah. So anyway, so let's keep going. We're done with that. So then I'm just going to kind of let you guys read this because I'm not going to read this out loud. So I'm just going to leave it here for a minute. Tell me when you've read it, and then I know that everybody can read it. I'm just going to kind of throw that out there, and we will have to see if something happens or if something doesn't happen. We will have to see.
We'll have everybody just sit back and
I do want everybody to be prepared.
I've seen things though. I've seen videos. I've seen people give testimony.
I'm just saying.
So for people to say it's ridiculous and we don't need to look into this, it's just bizarre.
What I'm saying now is everybody needs to be prepared this week and next week, just in case something happens.
Yeah.
If comms go down.
Say the fiber lines go down or something.
Yes. Yeah, something like that. So anyway, just saying, be prepared.
Be ready.
Okay, now I'm gonna get in trouble on this story, and I'm not gonna say anything against anybody, but a 82-year-old COVID patient was praying, and he was beat by another patient with an oxygen tank. Now, where were the people in charge during this whole incident?
I don't know. And who cares if he was praying?
Well, obviously, it upset the other patient.
And the thing is now that person is going to be considered a COVID death.
He will be. Yes.
It was maybe an oxygen tank over his skull that was.
But I just want to bring this up, okay? And I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash about this. And I know I have family members now that have COVID. I have friends that have had COVID. I know people that have died, although the people that have died have been mostly older. But I'm going to just throw this out there.
Okay.
I think, for me, it is inhumane to not let your family members or let a family member be with you in the hospital.
Yeah.
That could have...
It's up to the person's judgment that's being treated.
That could have averted that incident.
Yeah.
Because somebody could have got help really quick.
Yeah.
Or, diffused it.
Or say, hey, these two aren't getting along here.
Yes.
You need to separate these two. They're about ready to go after each other.
I know I have stayed with people that were in their last days, and they would have me come and stay on the weekend because they would be understaffed at the hospital. And that way I could help them with little tasks, and it would actually help the nurses. It would relieve the nurses. It would help them. I'm not saying have 10 people in there with them. I'm saying have one family member.
Immediate family.
Just one family member. That's all I'm saying.
Even one at a time, even.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not trying to make people mad. I just think whoever made that decision, it wasn't a wise decision.
You know what we used to say back in the day?
No.
Hey, one of my family members have the flu.
Oh.
That's how we used to say it.
Okay.
Now it's said totally different.
All right, so let's continue with the news. We're almost getting done. So then the Who comes out. And
the what?
The Who.
Okay.
Not the musical group. The chief warns, the head guy warns that the CV won't be the world's last pandemic, as he tells countries to prepare for future emergencies. Well, so it took 100 years now, so shouldn't it take another 100 years? It could take
100, maybe thousands of years before you get one that wipes out 1/3 of the population or something like that.
There's that. Now, the other big story that happened last night was that Trump signed the COVID relief bill along with the government spending bill. So, and I'm going to let you know what's going on right now because this is what's actually going on right now. People are confused. they say, oh, he upped it to $2,000, but actually the bill is still at $600. But today they're supposed to take up in the House and the Senate to raise that to $2,000.
Yeah.
So I guess they would make up the difference in that new bill. So right now it's at $600, but they have promised to pass it so that it goes up to $2,000. So right now you should be expecting your $600 check per person if you got it. It's
still sad because the people need it.
The people do need it.
And they know that. So they're still throwing in all that pork that goes to other countries. It's total crap.
Yes.
The people need the $2,000 though. Even $600 would be something. But a lot of people are saying, hey, I'd rather starve than have my government fleece our country to
I
all
do
those
have
other
one
countries.
more thing about that is because, don't put up a slide or anything, because I am a Republican, okay, is all that any of these bills is debt, debt, debt. We do not have this money. It's debt, 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 and more debt.
Per se, a Democrat or Republican. I am registered as a Republican because they lean to the conservative side. But for many years, these conservatives have been pretending to be conservative.
We have no Republican Party at all.
It's just
the
crap.
Republican Party is gone.
But
that's a different story for a different day. So let's get on with some more funner news.
All right,
I think we're going to be on the funner news. Well, maybe after this one. Anyway, U.S. holiday sales were up 3%, which I find surprising. But they had predicted an increase for e-commerce at 49%, and it was only at 3%. So I don't know if that's just online sales or if that's overall. I tried to find...
don't have the money.
That's what I'm saying.
We didn't spend we usually do a lot better gifts.
Yes.
And a lot more, and you go crazy. And this year we gave gifts.
It was pretty, but just to the grandkids, and it was pretty small.
Very on the low.
So, I tried to find the overall if we spent more this year than last year, but you can't find that right now on the internet. So they're hiding that.
All right.
So, okay. So we're going to get to some storms and then a happy story. Okay. So there is 2 new holiday storms to bring a lot of weather across California and then through Wisconsin. So here's the first map. It's going to show it being all snow. They're going to get 6 to 12 inches of snow up there in Minneapolis, Wisconsin area.
Okay.
And then it's going to sweep through here. It's going to be rain when it sweeps through here. So, anyway.
All right.
But it does say that Dallas might have a winter mix. So, there's something. It's always bad when Dallas gets snow.
I like your little segment there.
You like that?
Whenever there's maybe a big storm coming through, we should do that more.
I like that. I wanted to get the weather in here. And then this is our happy story. So, a Christmas miracle. A cat was found after 7 years and reunited with their New Hampshire owners. They renamed him Saint Nick. So,
you can't do that.
He was microchipped.
You cannot rename your cat.
So, they finally... Yes, you can.
Whenever you lose Fred...
He's still Fred.
Fred's my producer. We haven't lost Fred. But... Whenever you lose, let's say, Susie. Let's just name her Susie, right?
Yeah.
If you lose Susie and you get Susie back.
It's still named Susie.
You don't change the name.
Well, I'm just saying.
But that's kind of a good story.
It was 7 years. It was happy story.
Well, tell me about it.
For Christmas.
How'd they lose it?
I have no idea how they lost it.
How did they lose the cat?
I don't know.
And then how did they find it?
I don't know, but it was microchipped. Okay. That's how they knew that it was her cat.
And now this cat's
eventually.
You know how cats find their own owners.
They do find their own
owners. This cat it picked somebody else. It picked somebody else.
It's a happy story. Go back out to us. Don't.
Now the cat's like, hey, I started out with that family.
Yeah.
And then I ran over to the street and I liked them better. And now they went and brought it back.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
Is that it?
So that was a happy story.
Is that all we got?
That's all we got.
No more news?
So, anyway, so that was a lot of news. There was a lot of stuff that happened over the weekend. So anyway, so we'll be back on Wednesday for midweek Wednesdays. And so are you ready to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay. So until next time, remember, do your own research and be prepared. Here's all that.